If it is trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Warning. Well, we're a little bit lower, actually. Well, it's complicated. Hold on, the chart's still loading. Okay, so you can see we are actually a little bit lower than yesterday. Or, well, Friday, right? We had a pretty decent move up in Friday. So the E-mini went down. Now the E-mini, they continued to go down, and they're coming up, and now Treasuries are moving down. Wow, look at that. That's some selling on the open. A little bit too much. Yeah, I think that was just the open, unless. So I don't have my squawk up yet, so I might have missed something, but man. I don't know. It's a little bit, in the way that came down, though, I'm not sure that's something that I want to participate in. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, we looks like we missed it. Downing Street has told the government's PPS team that May will return to Brussels to seek to renegotiate the backstop. That's good news, guys. Congratulations, UK. That's good. That's really good. Well, it's really moving around, isn't it? The liquidity is not that heavy, though. I have to admit that the liquidity is not super heavy. It sure is moving around, though, isn't it? Okay, let's grab up the links. And don't need that. There's that stream. Okay. Wow, yeah, the E-mini just took a real jump up there. Right, I need to reload the data on the ZB here.
Going against most of the pairs at the moment, major pairs as well. Cable now at session lows here. Ollie Yang continue.
Okay. Hmm. Still at 18.5.
picking up now on the back to
Man, look at how flaky the level 2 is right now. A really interesting market activity here. Then this is building up. I wonder if this is just gonna break.
to the bottom of the hour here. Canadian up for October. Down 0.3.
Good morning. It's a little late today. I don't know. Like, look at that. That offer is just really flaky. Really flaky offer. Well, I don't think. I don't know. Like, that offer is holding really strong. But it would be something else for the 5 year to drop here, you know? Let's just see. My take right now is that there just isn't enough impetus to try and push the E-mini below 2600, especially not with May going back to renegotiate. I think that that's really what they should have been doing. So good for them. And if they could negotiate a better deal, that'd be better for everybody. But this does kind of perhaps indicate. Okay, we are getting a move up. Does kind of indicate that perhaps. Oh, where is it? 19.5. Ooh, okay, we gotta watch that. But this maybe indicates that the trouble we've been having is much more Brexit related than anything else. So this is really the only news that I see.
Up on this.
Hmm.
Seconds.
Brexit headlines have officially entered the surreal zone. A week ago, market sentiment was optimistic. Oh, they're saying last Monday it was optimistic, so. And then things went really bad, so that's just an indication that things can change really quickly, right? Elon Musk tells 60 Minutes he has no idea how to smoke pot. Brexit latest May does not have the votes to pull the vote. Never experienced a December like this. Me neither. Okay, they can take 19.5. Talk about volatile. So the open was at 19.5. So I thought when they come back up, 19.5 will be an interesting spot. They actually did clear 19.5, but then there wasn't a whole lot of interest above it. Here they're doing it again. When I took 19, I was not sure that I was even going to get 19. I don't know. See, they're holding it at 19.5. I think I would rather be long at 19.5, but I don't want to take on more risk here because this is kind of a volatile area, So I don't want to take on more contracts. Mm-mm-mm. Now I'm getting that. The question is, could I get out here and then short 19.5 and get filled? And I mean, it's possible. I don't know if it's worth it though. Or it goes right through me. This move in the E-mini is awfully, I mean, look at that. Awfully crazy. So anything could happen. Okay, so now they flipping and taking this 19.5. So I could have gotten out and gotten short 19.5. But it could go through too, so a little unsure. It does seem like there's a decent amount of volume holding the CF.
At the moment, dropping as
Oh man. So now all the analysts are starting to get negative, huh? That's interesting. They're not the only one. And positive as Wall Street tries to curb last week's sell-off. Hooter headline. Okay. It's a little interesting that they took us out and they put another strong offer up, but I'm just too uncertain, and it does kind of look like the temporary momentum is against us. See that? Hey Gabriel, how's it going? I have a lot of people watching today for this early in the day. Good morning, everybody. Normally the stream peaks around 16 people. We've already got 10, and that usually doesn't happen for like an hour and a half. So there's a lot of people watching.
ready. May said to tell Cam it's backstop. Brexit did.
Hmm. So they're willing to stack at 19.5. Back and forth there. So when I see that that to me is kind of a signal that you should reduce the risk, because they're trying to they're messing with people. They're trying to get people to make a mistake here. We just wait until they make the mistake, and then maybe it will give us a clearer signal as to what direction it's going. Hmm. Now this is kind of a spot here in the 5-year. There's all this liquidity below us, I think. I think that we're gonna come up a little bit, and then maybe that will retest it a little bit later. It really was a strong move up in the E-mini. Hmm. Okay. That's kind of what we thought. So now we're getting back to where we were before that strong move down. Treasuries have come almost all the way back. E-mini's not even close. E-mini was like way back at 26.25, I think. Oh, it must not have been that far. It was, we were at like, actually, so E-mini actually has come back. And there's a possibility that it comes back and retraces this. There's this thing here too. There's that, but then there's this. We should be cautious. There's a lot of volume sitting there on the DOM at 21. I think that they might actually take it though because it's at the point of control. Hmm. See, the E-mini is threatening it for sure. Okay. So it seemed like they were trying to coax them into buying 20 half, and they did, and sure enough, there's an iceberg there. Now, in 20 quarter in the 5 year, there was also a big order there at one point, but it's not quite so big anymore. Do we have anything big above us? Not beyond that. Hmm.
bangs here. You got Facebook up about recent buyback, and another broker has now cut Apple's target price there. This time it's Citi, $200 from two.
This is like chunky slow action. Either I'm right or wrong quickly, and there's not much flow. Yeah, it really feels to me like they're trying to make people make mistakes. Hmm.
Want to follow Jones and the data saying Fed could be hiking at the wrong leaves. There's high boy leaves there's a high probability last hike for a long Fed Jones. So that's falling commodity prices showing potential trouble for the US economy.
Hmm. I was curious to see if they're reading clear 20 half, but then it flipped again. I mean, the 10-year liquidity does say that 20 half would be the place to short. But I'm just not seeing enough to support that idea. They did clear 20.5, and they put a little bit on the bid. Four hit into 21. 12. Maybe they can go through this. I don't know.
Bill results just at the moment. They get rid of some 2.6 billion. 12-week bills at marginal rate of negative 0.5, and they get 5 billion. 21-week bills at a marginal.
Now they're actually stacking it up.
Bill cover on the 3 months at 3.591, 1.24. Cover on bills at 4.344 versus 3.
And that's tough because if I had gone long at 18.5, would I be looking for more here or not? Would have just gotten +4. Yeah, you'd have to be, you always have to at least think about taking it off at that point. But this just, I'm really not certain if it's going to continue through and trade the VWAP, and then maybe even beyond that, because there's an interesting step at 23.5. Man, this could do anything, and it's Monday. Monday's usually not good trading. We're already getting quite a bit of movement. So now 21 pulled. Prime Minister told cabinet Tories would suffer a notable loss if they pressed ahead with vote on her bill. She said risks are too great and she's going back to Brussels to secure legally binding assurance we won't be trapped in backstop indefinitely. What are the levels John was looking at for today? Gapped up on the open, but was unable to stay above the prior week high at 143.26.
Resolution board, rather. Noting that your area banks have 171 billion MREL
18 to 22.
Pompeo on the wires as well says China is the biggest challenge for the US in the medium and long term.
Lots of volume there at 21. So 16, 17 would be about the area that ZB would have a hard time getting through if this is going to be a negative day. They push through, then we could get a lot higher. But seeing all that volume at 21.
Again, just corporate news. Bung chief management. Citibank price target and 1.
Hmm.
They report RAF typhoons and in aircraft approach. This happens more than you. Qualcomm says one ban on sale of some iPhones in China. News on Apple. Qualcomm granted preliminary injunction against Apple in China. Court orders immediate ban on import.
Hmm.
Big news there coming out of Apple, out of Qualcomm regarding Apple. Court orders immediate ban on import sale offers for sale of iPhone 6s, iPhone 6s Plus in China. Court orders immediate ban on import sale offers for sale of iPhone 7, iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 8, 8 Plus, iPhone X in China.
Hmm.
Again, 4 Chinese units of Apple to cease infringement upon 2 of companies' patents, which were previously found to be valid by SIPO.
It's kind of curious that did cause a little bit of selling in the E-mini, but so far things are holding.
Still losing over 2%. Qualcomm up, Apple.
And they tick down.
Now, Qualcomm adding some 3% on that ruling. Or company starting US. GoPro set to move its US inbound on the back of tariffs. You got the latest NISA tracker. It's Q4. You got Italy Salvini on the wires now. It says referendum over TV rail line.
Ah, look at that. This is turning into a very, very nice trade, isn't it, guys? Yeah, working so far. This 19.5 is still kind of a big wild card because it was the open, and because it's in the middle of the range, there's not really any way for me to predict what it's going to do there. Ah, they took it. Okay. This is looking really, really nice. And with the speed that they're doing it, they.
Apple on CNBC say iPhone models remain available in China.
Okay. Well, that's good. That might bring up the E-mini a little bit. I'm having a little. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this in this particular headline because they make iPhones in China, so wouldn't I mean banning them? China would be like hurting themselves, you know. But why is that? I don't understand the legal reasons why they're doing it, especially since he said that it was upheld in court earlier.
Right, that judgment comes through, and then judgment lawsuit against Theresa May over Brexit vote. At Scottish expats about having a say in the vote and about the referendum result itself. That's been thrown out by the High Court.
Look at how quickly the 5-year got back to this low. But they're still holding there at 19 quarter. They're not really taking it. I would expect that if they started selling 19 quarter that there would be an iceberg there. There's always going to be somebody who want thinking that it's gonna stop there, you know. But there's been so much momentum on this move down. It could very well. Okay, so there was nobody sitting behind there at 19 quarter, but it did, tick down and back up. So now it's just robots trading it back and forth there. The E-mini has not stopped yet. The 5 year being right there on the edge, and the other two being, 2 and 6 ticks higher, respectively. So you're seeing flattening across the whole curve. And that means that the 5 year is going to tend to lead the action. And if anything pulls at 19 or they hit 19, the other two could have a quick rush down. Okay, so that time tick up. Wait, what happened? Oh, okay, it did. We're good.
Apple says Qualcomm is asserting 3 patents that had never raised before, including one which has already been invalidated.
Mm,
German Daily Bild says that Ford is set to cut as many as 1,600 jobs. Saarlouis site. Build.
Well, it's stopping right there is not necessarily good for it to go lower, is it? Could have gotten another. Oh, I did get another tick out of it. I got 3 out of it. So I got out at 19.5. Mm. Good morning, Ace. Yeah, there's a lot of people today. How are you guys all doing? I don't know. Well, so there they took through where I got out. I could be looking at getting out at the +4 at 19 right now if I had stayed in. And they are offering a little bit more at 19 quarter. Good. Have you taken one yet, Ace? And wrong ZH. Have you been in here before, wrong? The name kind of seems familiar, but I'm not. I don't really recall. I don't know. They could just like blow through the bottom here, and I might be like super FOMO, but I'm unsure enough that I think that taking the +3s is the right thing. No, he hasn't taken one yet. This I don't know. How does the E-mini route the bonds seem to indicate? Well, I'm not sure. That this most recent move down in bonds would tend to indicate that the E-mini would go higher. But how is the E-mini going to go higher with news that iPhones are getting banned in China? Yeah. Keep wanting to go short, but gun shy. There'll always be another trade to take. Uh, I see. You were thinking of going short way back up there, but you weren't sure enough to take it, and then it went and it was too late. Yeah. You really got to be careful with those. Like just like that one at the very beginning. I don't know if you were here, but at the very beginning, we were at about 20, and then there was a pretty good rush down, and I think that was when the Brexit news hit the wire. I'm not sure, but it came down there really quickly, and I was like, well, I kind of want to go short, but I'm not too sure. So I waited for it to come up a little bit, and I thought, okay, it might turn around here at the open, and then that one didn't work. But if I had sold the one like after the flush had happened, because they did kind of threaten to go through 18. If I had ended up going into that one, you would have sold the low. So it's better. You got to be sure when you do it, and you don't want to be taken like something like along with like after the momentum happens, unless you're really really certain that it's going to push further. Yeah, he knows. I've never really seen Ace make it like a really stupid trade yet. I'm sure he does it, but I haven't seen it. Like the ones that I saw where I was like, okay, so we went short there, and then the E-mini moved, and he always gets out at a small loss. The best way to make money, sometimes the best way to make money is to not lose money. Yeah. Well, I'm a little on edge today because I had a good week last week, and so there's always that thing like I'm telling you, if you have a strategy that works, think of it like this, right? If you made money last week, like there's a reason that.
Further dollar strength come
Oh,
through
hold on.
now, just ahead of the US cash equity open. We're 10 minutes away there. We've got the full rundown of company news on the website for you there. Get the
French
opening
toast
movements
calls.
at the moment. Amazon also in the papers. Austria's competition did the complaint from the retailers over the company's double role as both retailer and marketplace. Also keep on that for Facebook. It increased its stock buyback authorization by $9 billion on top of previously. We had comments there from Paul Jones, fund manager. Unlikely to hike in.
Anyways, if you made money, generally speaking, that means as a retail guy that some big guy screwed up, right? Like last week, we just had tons and tons of volatility, and some whales were on the wrong sides of that and lost some money, and that's how you made it. So now you come back into Monday. What are the chances that that's going to continue? You know? So that's why what very frequently happens to retail traders is you'll have a really good run, and then the market will become range bound and you'll slowly lose it all. So I think once it's just like with any other trade, you get the big rush down and then you take it off. So today is a Monday. Monday tends to be a little bit more range bound. And things seem really uncertain here and aren't really reacting to everything in a predictable fashion. I think that the situation favors to be a little bit more cautious because we did do well last week. You know? Oh, wrong says Green Day. It's all good. So I think that means that he's green today. I hope that's what that means. Well, I think, I took 21 and I got out at 19 half, right? Yep, 19 half. I don't think I would have gotten filled at 19, so it looks like I played that move itself pretty well. It could go lower, it could go through 19 half, but it's balanced around 19 half for the time being, and that's enough to justify taking the trade off. And if it does push lower, it may give us another signal to go short here. Although
block buy.
That one's one that's hard to take, and they're buying. So that is even more clear that it was really, really good that we got out where we did. Now, I fixed my problems, right? There's that. There's a block buy. So I was having a problem with data. Do you guys see the same order? Was not expecting a block order to come through at 20. now I'm wondering if the bears are going to come out. Man, if the bears come out, that would be like, that would mean that for us to have been able to pull out those 3 ticks there, it was super lucky, you know? Super lucky. Also got a good number of people on Twitch. Good morning, guys. The first time that I streamed, I did Bitcoin futures, and there's so many people on the stream. But I only streamed it on YouTube, and I always kind of wonder, well, what if I had streamed that on Twitch too? Because it seems like people find me through search on YouTube, but not on Twitch. I have the most boring stream on Twitch, is what I think. In fact, that's what I have in the title right now. It's the most boring stream on Twitch. It really is. I mean, treasuries can be so boring sometimes. So the other thing that's really interesting in through here is that there is a lot of blue on my sub indicators in right? Like this whole thing right here. But when you look at this, and I think that this one is the absorption, right? Bottom one is the absorption. Then there was a ton of absorption short right here. I think that was largely because there was a lot of pulling to get it down here. I wonder if that speaks for a larger move higher. I don't know. We're back at 16 in ZB, so we start trading, say, well, I think maybe we're already past it. We could potentially look for longs now. Especially if it makes a higher high and then comes back and gives us a little bit of a pullback. I don't know. On the other hand, they could come out and buy the E-mini here in like what, 3 minutes? Somebody posted an interesting tweet here. SPX holding the 2600 support zone, which has been defended 5 times now since late October. It's getting increasingly likely it'll fail on the next attempt. Last night's low came on a strong divergence from the 4-hour, which suggests more upside back to resistance at 2680. So that was kind of how I saw it, actually. Was that the support area was defended successfully. And look, now they're trading 21.5, which is 1 tick above where I got in before. Ooh, it could be interesting about this. Flatter yield curves aren't always bad news, but this one is. Previously, both short and long dated yields were rising. Now, long dated yields are falling. Gonna put this one in the articles channel. Okay, so they're making a new pivot high, 100%. Shouldn't say pivot high. So it's a new swing high. Pivot means something different to some people. Okay, here's the open. And they're selling it on the open. Buyers pushing back now.
European Parliament Brexit point saying we will never down.
Okay, now I'm noticing that liquidity is a little bit stronger now. Especially above us in the 10-year. But now we're seeing 5s, and when we started the session out, it was mostly 4s everywhere. Alright, so there's the E-mini was a big impulse of buying right there. That kind of a buy could just take us right back up to the top, frankly. Although, given how early it is, that's super uncertain. It looks like we're already down 3 ticks, so if we wanted to sell it, I think we already missed the opportunity. I'd rather just let this volatility work its way out, you know?
Responding, Labour will not. Whitehall saying the vote on the Brexit deal can be without needing approval.
Okay. Well, I don't know, guys. Dang. That was quite a move, guys. So now now is kind of the moment of truth for Treasuries, because if it's an up move, they're gonna try and hold it at 19.519. The E-mini is just really wild. They did tick up though in Treasuries. They really ticked up. So they're pivoting at exactly the right spot. I'm still not sure, so I'm kind of sitting on my hands, but that would have been hard to catch. If you were going to go long in 19.5, I mean, I think that they cleared it once, but oof. You only had like one chance to catch it. So now the next question is, if that is a higher low, are they going to trade through the VWAP now? That would be the next step. Yeah, equities is still a little difficult. Super quiet in the interest rates channel today, guys. What's the deal? None of you trading the treasuries anymore? Did you all lose too much money doing it? All right, look, they're gonna go. They're gonna go higher.
Yeah. It's looking much likely that he's a main.
They made a slightly higher pivot in the yes. Oh no, wait, was it equal? I guess it was close. Pretty dramatic right now. I'm really not sure which way it's gonna go here. I think that if I was forced to take a trade, I would be in the treasuries, that I would be favoring the long side. But I'm not really seeing enough. No, I don't know. So the thing that I find really interesting is you get this stuff over here. I'll highlight for you. We had this, and that was a move down, right? And then we came back up and we made a new high. And then we came down and you're getting this again. When you look at this, it's a little bit different, right? There's only this one short moment when we were at the lows that the offer was really high. So that would certainly be indicative of a large buyer pulling orders so that he could get filled lower to buy. That's one way that you could do it. Doesn't mean that that's what happened. That's a possibility we should consider. Action in the E-mini is starting to become a little disorganized. I'm feeling a little sleepy. Like my eyes are like wanting to go cross-eyed. I don't know if you can see that. I think I like. Yeah. I'm gonna fall asleep. I don't know what the deal is either. I mean, I got to bed at a pretty good time, I thought. But, well, you know what, though? Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you guys about this, but there was, the new Super Smash Brothers came out over the weekend, and they were doing a tournament, so I decided to take my stepson to the tournament, and he won his first match, but he lost the second one. But he did pretty good, I thought. But so then after we got eliminated, we decided we wanted to stay and watch the finals to see what the best players here were doing, and kind of scout for the future, I guess. And he really wanted to see it. And so we stayed, but like they increased the number of stocks and everything. Like the matches at the end are longer. So like the finals was like a good 30-40 minutes. So I didn't leave. We didn't leave there until 2 a.m. So at 2 a.m., get home at like 2:33, and then I had to wake up relatively early on Sunday. So I think I'm still feeling the after effects of that. It'll take a few days to catch up from something like that, yeah. This E-mini is awfully churny. The delta on that last move down, though, was significant. So that's maybe just another sign that maybe we're going to move higher in treasuries. In treasuries, not in the E-mini. They're going to go opposite ways. Yeah, okay, Madman saw that 3501, so I think we're all on the same page. Yeah. Feeling all of the food hit my stomach is not terribly. Ugh. Yuck, yuck. Good morning, Twitch. Got. See, we've broken the. We usually have at least one person on Twitch. I'm not sure who, because they never come in and say. Well, I know that there's always one person that always likes to watch on Twitch instead of the YouTube. But then we have two others watching on Twitch. So that probably means that it's probably somebody that hasn't watched the channel before. So welcome. We usually have about a dozen people watching on YouTube, and then we have the Discord that I have linked in the channel information. So yeah, if you want more information, check that out. But if you're watching on Twitch, the most boring stream on Twitch, thank you for watching. Well, they just came back 2 ticks there.
So, not stop. Saying that mountains. Search.
So this right here is where it stopped. Probably should have. Oops, wrong way. Probably should have cleaned that up, but.
buy spot 3.
Now they're selling it again.
December the 2nd. Sales of 60 million program, 2 million. Five, six.
I honestly, why don't I have this up? Oh yeah, because there were some big orders. I took two trades today. One of them was bad. I think I could have gotten out at break even on that one actually, but yeah, I could have played that better. And I actually probably could have played it long after that too. But and then I did catch a really good one at 21 that I was really happy with. Now I'm kind of sitting here thinking, well, it's Monday. I may just take the 2 ticks that I got today and just be happy with that. I know that that's not fun and exciting, but this stream is lit. Thank you very much. Then, by the way, for you, the 3 of you on Twitch, and I kind of put this in the description, but like, you can spam the Twitch chat all you want. I really don't care. So the Twitch chat for me is fun, you know. And I've noticed, you know, some Twitch chats are like, you know, there's good discussion in it and it's a good chat room, and some Twitch chats are just people spamming a ton of stuff and it's just, you know, scrolling so fast that you can barely even read it. And yeah, I think I would rather have my Twitch be like the latter. Because we have Discord for serious chat, so yeah. And also, if you well, you know, so I haven't really gotten a whole lot into like the Twitch Prime stuff. I should probably like try Prime, and so that I can, because I do like to watch some streamers. I like to play Soul Calibur, and so those guys that are streaming Soul Calibur I watch. And but apparently, if you subscribe, I have like a special emoticon for with a $sign in it that you can use. I don't. That probably doesn't interest anybody, but you do get it. It's there, you know, just in case. Always prepared. Now the E-mini is dropping, so it does. Although they haven't made a new high in Treasuries yet, it does appear that they're going to go through. Here we go. Okay, so there's a little bit of absorption there, and E-mini, they're trying to hold it. Might just be making things worse, though. There you go. Okay. A little bit of a stop run there, actually, in the E-mini. And here's going to be... They touch 22. 22 halves would be beyond that. Yep. Well, it's unfortunate. I mean, I was overly cautious about that because I did say, you know, if I had to make a trade, it'd go up, but I was just not sure. It's Monday, so no big deal. Now for me to do something though, I think that I'd have to see, you know, I'll pull back like maybe it goes to 23 and then it pulls back to 22, and then maybe I would take a trade off of the pullback there. Sally Pancakes reports that Walmart is testing an autonomous robotic kitchen assistant at its Bentonville, Arkansas headquarters. Walmart is evaluating the technology to see whether or not Flippy can fit in its deli counter. Oh. So if you go to the deli at Walmart, it'll be a robot. Well, that would be interesting. Millennials and Gen Z will team up to save Social Security, and it has a picture of Ninja.
Openings. Sponsor. 7.
So somebody, if you watch Ninja, you should go and ask him that later, right? How is he gonna save Social Security? Because they have his face here. I'll show you. See, look. It's up to Ninja now to save Social Security, guys. Take a screenshot of that one. Yep, there they go. It's really going. And the E-mini is just puking out. And this is the part where I come in and I say, this fucking market. This fucking market. It then never ends, does it? It's Monday. They're coming in, they're selling it hard. Now they have not beaten the low, overnight low. So it's not like, a complete disaster yet, but the way things have been happening recently, it wouldn't surprise me if they went and did it easily. There it is. They're so close. They're gonna do it. Almost guaranteed, yeah. Wow. New low. What does this do to the longer term treasuries? Well, they could go up to the high of the session, frankly. Did I say it was? No, it's right here. There's a step in the profile at 24. 23 half 24. Hmm. Nice, then I won't have to leave the computer to make breakfast. Oh, yes, because of the Walmart thing. Well, you know that I keep seeing stories that like someday everyone will have an automated kitchen assistant. You know? Like that would be, yeah. I mean if you could have a robot cook for you, wouldn't you do it? Yeah, thanks, Walmart. I mean, here's the thing. If I had a robot in my kitchen, that would be great because um I have a really short attention span and I don't like to spend a whole lot of time making food. And my wife just doesn't enjoy doing that. She likes to do crafts, but for some reason she doesn't enjoy baking. And so in my house that would be great. But at Walmart, it's like what other idea can they do to can they come up with to try and make Walmart feel just a little bit more impersonal? You know what I mean? It was like the deli was like the one place in that store where you would actually like interact with a person for services, and they're gonna get rid of that now too. That's the future, folks. In the future, we all just live in our houses, and never leave, because the robots, you know, you just if you need to do errands, you just send your robot. Like you don't need to go pick it. You don't need to pick stuff up, right? Like not even the kids. You can just send your automated car to go pick up the kids. Is the robot going to notice the rat drinking from the battery? Well, I mean, might it could. Oh man, that would be interesting. There probably would at a store like that. There probably have to at least be a person supervising, wouldn't there? So, and of course, if this works out in Walmart, then you know that the the burger flipping robot at McDonald's is not far behind, because you know that they want to do it. They just don't seem to have the technology yet, nor the will to do it, because nobody really actually wants to see it happen. Because then everybody will really be like, see, robots are taking our jobs. And they did come. I mean, they made they came right to that ledge, and now they're coming back pretty aggressively. I mean, he bounced a little bit. There's a possibility that we could get the that the counter trend period. That's the word I was looking for. Counter trend. Then there will be no jobs for high school dropouts. Yeah, well, it kind of. I think that there's one of the problems we have. So forget. I mean, obviously, there's all of like the economic implications of not only things getting automated, but you know, immigration and things like that, right? Back in the 50s, not even in the 50s, like in the 80s, um, kids, you when you were in high school, you had a job. You worked at a food place or you did yard work.
Innings.
And now, um, you know, you have mostly immigrants doing those jobs. It's a big cultural change, you know. Most kids, you get them if they take your usual path where it's like you go to college, you know, and then out of college you get a job. That job out of college might be their first job. Like that happens.
7.079 innings.
Okay.
I revise.
So they were looking for 722. So it was less than expected. Interesting. Yeah, I just can't imagine what it must be like for the 20 somethings in this country right now, where it's like you've never worked a serious job and you got tons of debt from going through school, you know? That would be awfully daunting. Mm-mm-mm. I stress out about things like just paying for finishing my yard, saving up and paying for finishing my yard.
Start AG.
So we're getting really disorganized movement in treasuries. That could actually indicate a top here. It makes it a potential top spot, but then if it doesn't happen, then things can get really ugly. Although the E-mini looks like it's turning there. Well, I don't know.
It's Italian news. Association.
It's hard to read what's going on here because you're not seeing a significant change in cumulative delta since we broke the overnight low. You see treasuries, the 10-year is just being super volatile. Like, I wouldn't want to be in holding this. Well, I certainly wouldn't want to be going short on this because, I mean, if you're going to get stopped out hard. That's a weird noise. Is that outside? I kind of feel like there's just when I read on Twitter, it seems like there's too many people looking for the E-mini to break the 2600 support. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, Dusty Fresh says that May isn't negotiating squat. She just told Parliament she's calling off the vote. They were all going to vote down her deal. Well, I mean, she did say that she was going to go and renegotiate it, right? But it was because they knew that it wasn't going to pass. So it's interesting. The UK is just like the United States in that regard. That if they don't think that it's going to go through, they avoid the embarrassment. Hmm. Yeah, the mini is trying to make it. Just trying to come off here. You are getting just a little bit of red showing up in the absorption on the 10-year. Not in the other ones. Everything else looks pretty blue. I think it would be hard to want to buy that, but it's there. Oh, the 10-year moved up in all of that hubbub too. Interesting. You know, I have this on, you can't really see it, but I have this on like a, 60. It should be, what if it was like 600? What if it's like 100? Yeah, sure. Yeah, they came down now. Looks like that was maybe a top. And look at the big order there. Oh man, I wanted to if it give me that, I'd take it. Let's see, they're gonna be too hard to get filled at 22. And maybe even at 21.5 now. I think I may have missed it, guys. So this is not the time period that you would normally see something like this happen. So it might not be what we think it is. What I think it is. You guys are probably like, what are you doing, Seth? You're so dumb. Yeah, do you hear my birds in the background screaming? Wrong says birds. I have two sun conures. And when the family finally wakes up, they come downstairs and they start screaming. I need to get one of those, they make these kits so you can, like, seal off the door acoustically, and that would probably solve a lot of that. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what he's talking about. Because there's, like, such a huge gap at the bottom because it's a wood floor there. There's a huge, like, 1-inch gap at the bottom of it, so all of the sound just comes right through it. And you can hear them really well. Okay, so the E-mini's coming back here. The 5-year actually took a new low in cumulative delta. It looks kind of scary, guys. I actually pulled the 520. But then they tick down, huh? See, that 21 goes offer really easily too. They're not willing to push it there, but it goes offer really easily. So here comes the mini making another buy impulse. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna fill, guys.
Hit balance.
A little skeptical too, like if it came back and it filled me, I don't know. If I had gotten filled on the last one, I think I'd be taking off here. And I'm concerned that if they push back up, that they'll just blow right through me. Because there's a possibility that the E-mini takes another dump. I'm not saying it's likely, it's just one of the scenarios. I'm having trouble seeing straight. It's cold in my house today.
Saying open. Signed in.
Yeah, slow burn down. You could short the ZB here. Sucks. It was close though. I almost filled, didn't it? 500 in the queue is really close. So the sad thing is that we didn't see that until it had already kind of. I was already kind of like, I think I might have missed it. Well, that one was kind of my fault. I was kind of getting a little bit, I kind of said, well, I don't think I'm gonna get another opportunity. So I stopped paying attention. So much whipsaw, yeah. I would hate to be trading the E-mini right now. Trying to having to try and catch all those pivots, Oh, look at that go. A little bit of trouble holding the view up, though. Well, this is just like, I know I've said this many, many times, but this could be really positive. I said that on December 6th. Last Thursday, I was like, hey, this could be really positive. It went down, but not that much. And then it came back out on Friday, and we're like, nope, nope, we want to sell it. And then they came out on December today, and they also want to sell it, but it is not able to hold down. It looks like that somebody is buying on a very long time frame. So that's good, I guess. Well, I don't like where it kind of turned around there at 19. Now the thing is after all of that, the 5-year is not at the bottom yet, and we're not above the where the big sell was initiated. So we're still in a pullback.
Currently around 60. And goes supportive.
Well, man, E-mini is just really wild right here. I feel cold. I think that this temperature is messing with me.
Up just time we at times report some codes what
Oh, they took a step down. I think they want to. What are my bank stocks today? Yeah, 17. Wow, wow, wow. So Goldman has been the one that I've been watching as a barometer for stocks, and they closed at 18, went 180 yesterday, Friday rather. Now they're at 178. So yeah, not good. But I think that they might want to recover above that today. Well, that's what it looks like from that chart. The E-mini actually kind of looks up to me too, but it's like it's so crazy that I wouldn't put money on it. I do think ultimately they're gonna pull this out though. Hmm. This is it stopping right here. This is like the spot. Like you could buy it here. It still looks. The book still looks blue.
Program.
I'm tempted to buy it here, but it's too close to my session. Krispy Kreme donuts. Okay, they took it. Yeah, that's good. I would take that. I think you could take. Well, I don't know if I would take that. You could take that. Yeah, no, I think you want that one. That opens, so you got a technical. You can see order flow there. The counter here is we don't know what the email is going to do. That would be really influential. So. Okay, well you're still up. If you had gotten the 19.5, you maybe you got a point. You could have gotten in and out at 22, frankly. And here they come. They're selling it again. I should have just done it. What do you think? You think I should have just done it? Yeah, I don't know. Looks like that could continue.
Sees
Seems like there's a little bit more fear in the market now. I don't know if that's enough. The deal not lasting indefinitely is certainly a step in the right direction, but I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if Dusty Fresh is listening, if he has a thought on that, but I'm kind of suspicious that it's not enough. You know, you got 4, 5, 6. That was a good trade that I saw there, man. Sucks. I should have taken it.
stood by us. Arrived in the chamber.
Oh, here we go. You take it off now because you don't know what May is gonna say or how the market's gonna react to it. It could be volatile. Could be very, very volatile.
PM will also say the meaning of the vote will be suspended. Succeed.
Okay, so it's kind of ranging around here, so I guess he would take 22, so +5. Well, that would have been a very, very good day for us if we had been able to catch it, wouldn't it? It's okay. I had a good read today. I mean, I didn't take him. I was a little overly cautious, and there's reasons why. You know, part of it's because it's a Monday, so I think I'm doing the right thing, but I had a really good read today. Really good read. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah, you can kind of see people are filtering out now. They have to go to work and whatnot.
Yeah, board.
So yeah, I'm going to mute this. I'm going to keep the order flow going and post to notes. But if you have any questions or want to say anything before we go, now would be a good time. And I will address anything before I leave, of course. I try to give myself a little bit of extra time just in case. So yeah, so I'm gonna mute the mic here and start typing.
Gutenberg saying here statement will PM to go and see other EU counterparts before the summit in Brussels on listening on Brexit. Support for aspects. UK may confirm she's pulling, saying she
Okay.
held tomorrow. Rejected by
So market is going down.
APMA says available without a backstop.
This is interesting. US to issue challenge of
into GT is now back so
Okay. So, well, I don't see any questions.
the PM make see her counter see the discussed.
Well, Ace did want to go short. He would have gotten paid quite handsomely if he had taken that trade, man. I don't know. There's been some, it actually has been range bound in treasuries. We're going back and forth between, basically 20 and 23. So, like, we have this range right here, and we've just kind of traded across this. I'm wondering, though, if they don't buy and move higher like that. I don't know. It's all this Brexit thing. They're concerned. So is this going to lead to more concern in the market about Brexit? Are they going to keep going down? Because I think that's what's the big thing right now. That's what price is reacting to the most is Brexit. And it has all the robots on edge. I don't know. ZN really came up that, or sorry, the 5-year ZF really came up there that time. No, I'm not necessarily seeing the spread recover at all either. They just use this opportunity to flatten. That's not good.
Block buy.
Oh, now they're really buying it. I don't know. I don't want to get too sucked into this because you know that it's just gonna. They need to figure this Brexit thing out because it's hurting the markets. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. As always, check out Discord, check out Patreon. Appreciate you guys for watching and chatting with me, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.